What it do, YouTube? Different day, same part. This shit just on my mind, so I just be wanting to, you know what I'm saying, just vent the shit out, man, because can't talk to nobody else about the shit. And therapists ain't gonna do nothing, man. I swear to God, it ain't. I don't care to. Yeah, not right now, but it's just funny, man. I'm thinking about like how the shit that be on my head all day is just how it was never a moment. It was never like a period of time where we was worried about Cameron like being so like sick. Like I don't even know how to explain it. It was never like he never. It went from the shit so fucked up because it went from running around, going to the park every day, Cameron going to school, playing, running, being the fastest little kid, playing with all his toys, doing all this shit to your son got brain cancer. And the shit is crazy, man, how it happened. It's just like it happened in like a fucking split second, but the tumor has really been growing since he was a fucking baby. Like, and if you do research on the shit, it started affecting you when you 6, 7, and 8 and stuff like that. This shit is crazy, bro. Just to be thinking about it. And I swear the only thing that we noticed, and it was like we noticed it a week, like weeks before he had the seizure and stuff like that, to where we had to be like to go to LeBonner and figure all this shit out. I'm talking about the only symptom he was showing. I noticed Cameron will tilt his head to the right a little bit. No, it started being a lot because he was doing shit all day, and I remember looking at him like, dude, why you keep tilting your head? I never, like, you would have never expected it would have been like a fucking brain tumor, no. But I just remember like, bro, why you always tilt? Like, what you tilting your head for, man? Then his eyes was crossed, like his eyes would go cross sometime, but I'm thinking it's him from watching all these little fucking videos that he be watching on the tablet and stuff like that, just playing, because when you say something to him, he'll be like, oh man, nothing, dad, nothing, just stuff like that. Then I remember one day before going to work, man, this was, bro, I swear to God, all this stuff from like the 16th of May to the 28th from when he was diagnosed. I just remember calling his name one day, and he was staring at this, I thought he was watching TV, but I remember seeing him snap out of it to like respond to me and shit like that. And I was just like, dude, what you think about, man? Like, I'm instantly like, what you think about, man? Like, what's on your mind, bro? So I sat down, played with him. I was just like, man, let's do some push-ups. I just remember asking him, let's do some push-ups. Because I don't know. I'm thinking, shit, is he depressed, son? Like, what's going on? But talking to the St. Jude doctors and stuff like that, those was like, I forgot what kind of seizure they call it, but it was just like those was like minor seizures or whatever. It's just crazy. And then like to go from that shit to that morning where they might have 5 seizures that morning. And by the time we got there, they was pumping him with so much medicine and stuff like that he was out of it. And then I'm talking about like he was really out of it. And I just remember like the shit playing in my head because it happened this shit happened May 28th. And I'm talking about like 8 months later, we was having a funeral for my baby, and this shit is crazy. I just don't understand how fast that shit can happen and how it just still ain't processed. I don't know. It's crazy though, but I'm talking about the symptoms, I swear to God, Cameron, as we got to St. Jude and was learning more and more about it, Cameron would definitely have episodes where he'll get up in the morning time and throw up. He'll have like, and first thing I'm thinking like, dude, damn, is you like, what, like, is your stomach hurting, anything like that? But that was just symptoms from pressure being on your brain and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, like, he did that. I could recall him, because I could recall that for a while. It wasn't every day. It probably was like once every 2 weeks or something, but those was like symptoms of the shit. And I remember like a week before he had the seizure to take us to the hospital or whatever, I remember he came from his cousin's house one night, and the next morning he woke up. I'm talking about he got up, jumped off the bunk bed, and went to the bathroom to throw up or whatever. And I was just like, damn. So I was like, man, I instantly went and got medicine and thinking like he just I thought he was sick basically. But then they was telling us when we got to the hospital and stuff that morning, they was asking, does he throw up and all that. They named all the shit that he had been doing, but we would have never known that it was from like a brain tumor. We would have never known this shit. And I'm telling you, like, people be asking the symptoms and stuff like that. Like, I swear to God, the only thing that I can tell y'all is the head tilt, because of like you trying to adjust the pressure, like you trying to adjust from the pain and the pressure of the tumor on your nerves and spinal cord, all this stuff. He was throwing up in the morning times. He'll have like just random nausea. His eyes will go crossed, and this, I swear, this was in like 2 weeks before everything happened. he was, and then his balance was off his balance was off a little bit, because I remember, like I said, he was stumbling. One day I had to damn near catch him a little bit, and I just looked at his mom like, nah, we need to make him a doctor appointment. I don't know what's going on right there. Like, damn, I think he really needs some glasses. And then like he would be sleepy. Cameron was never for a nap. He was never for a nap. He was never to end his day early and nothing like that. But he started taking naps early. He started being in the bed when we were looking for him, like, where the hell you at? He'll be in there and taking a nap in front of the TV or something like that. It was just like different stuff that he was doing. And then for him, when the initial diagnosis came and every day was explaining everything, I'm just like, yep. But Cameron had 45 rounds of chemo. Yeah, he had 44 rounds of chemo. No, I'm not. That's when everything happened. He had 44 rounds of radiation. He ended up having like 56 rounds of chemo until his blood levels and stuff like that wasn't able to maintain the chemo no more. And I'm telling you, chemo ain't nothing but to stop the growth of cells. That's why it do your body so bad. Cameron his skin was peeling, his head was burnt. All his little skin around his head was burnt. It really got bad on the left side where the tumor was really at. He had like open wounds, stuff like that right there. They had to stop and try to get on another spot, and it was just like, yeah, we can't do that no more, even though it's over there. It just was a lot, man. And Cameron, like I said, he never complained. He never was hurting. He never was like, he never was mad. He never was none of that. The only thing he used to complain about was just being, he missed his walking and his running by himself. He missed that shit a lot. And then I just be thinking, like, the shit be playing over my head the day he passed. And I'm talking about because that morning was so, like, it was normal. And I know, like, his movement and everything was leaving and stuff like that, but I didn't expect him to pass that morning. I just didn't. I could have took care of my son for a while longer. Like, I could have took care of him forever, shit. And it was just, like, I don't know, man. That shit happened so fast. It went from me making a joke about him peeing on this, like he peed in the air. And I'm like, dude, you do this shit, you used to do this shit a lot when you was little, dude. Like every time the air used to hit that motherfucker, you used to pee on somebody, man. But he did it when the nurses was up in there. And then as soon as they left out the room, his breathing got bad. And I'm talking about within 10 minutes, he was gone. And I was just like, I remember the day after this shit, I was looking at the time. Cameron passed at 11:40. He passed at 11:49. I just remember the day after he passed, I was looking at the clock at that time, and I just was like, damn, he was like, I don't know why, but it just was surreal. Like, this shit did not feel real, like he wasn't here no more. And man, and it go from like, that day was so quiet. That's the quietest I done ever heard in my head. That's the quietest everything. I didn't have nothing to do. It was just absent, and I was so fucking like, just, I don't know. I wanted so many fucking questions answered that I know for a fact I ain't gonna never get answered. I ain't motherfucker gonna, it is shit you gotta deal with, man. This shit is crazy to even understand that you gotta deal with. And I'm talking about, I just remember the day before he got baptized. Cameron, I don't know what he thought baptism was, and I don't know, because we had explained it to him and stuff like that, but I don't know what he was doing, because I remember he woke up one day, in the middle of the day, and was just like, Dad, I swear to God, it fucked me up. He looked at me and was just like, Dad, I don't want to die. And I'm just like, it fucked me up. That shit stopped everything that I was doing. It stopped me in my tracks. And I was just like, dude, what you mean? He was just like, when he go get baptized, he don't want to die. And I explained to him what baptism was, and that's not because you finna die, son. That's not. I explained to him what it was. And it, like, I guess it made him feel better, but that shit, boy, I had to go take a fucking break. I was just like, nah, son. I'm just like, nah, dude. And it was other days where Cameron, I know for a fact, Cameron, it was God or somebody speaking through him. Like, I know it was the angels and stuff that he was talking to and speaking through and all that stuff. Like, he would just wake up and just be out the blue. He'd just be like, Dad, hug Mom, or Mom, say you sorry to Dad. And like I said, me and Mom, it's a long story, but it just be like, Cameron, you ain't know shit about none of that. Like, you don't know nothing about none of that. And it just was like, it was a lot of those days was just me just looking and just like, man, life's so fucking precious, man. I wish the situation didn't happen how it happened, dude, because the way you plan out life with your kids, especially when you having them in this, it's been 8 years. That wasn't no expectancy. Like, I didn't think that this was gonna happen. This some shit you watch on movies and TV and stuff. I didn't think that stuff was gonna happen to my baby, man. And like, you go into his room and look at all the little stuff. He still got crumbs on a lot of those shirts, man. My baby, like, he took medicine that morning and everything, man. You did not expect this shit to happen. I swear to God, I did not expect that to happen that morning. Because I'm talking about, he was talking, but then I just remember the last things he was asking me to do, he asked me to sit him up And then the last thing he was asking me to do, because of that goggle, I was real fucking close to him, and I was just listening to him, and I asked him, he was trying to say something, and I just remember I went down the whole list of everything. I went down the list of everything that you can ask him what was wrong with him, and he was just like, he still was like, nah, and I was just like, dude, are you good? And he was just like, yes. He shook his head, yes. And I just remember in my phone, I got like, he passed at 11:49. I just remember looking through my phone, and I got a video. It was like 11:43 on my phone. I think my mama picked my phone up when I was like leaning over him. And that video fucked me up because it's him taking his last fucking breaths. And it's just like, I don't know how I ever go back and be able to watch that type of shit, but that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. And then he was so peaceful. When he passed, he was just so fucking peaceful. And I think the hardest shit that I had to do was like, the hardest shit about all of that was when they had to wrap him up to send him to the morgue or whatever. It was 3 days without him. That's the longest I ever been without my baby. And he just to think that he was somewhere freezing fucking cold in a corner or some shit in a box or some shit. Shit crazy. That shit was rough as fuck. To my, if I ain't never drunk in my life, I was drunk as fuck, smoked every day. But yeah, that shit was crazy. That was the hardest shit I ever seen. Somebody, like, he had to put the cover on his face and shit so the fucking people in goddamn St. Jude was him. And I was just like, that was so different. That shit right there, boy. I don't give a fuck who you is. That shit hurt bad as a bitch. Yeah, though, that shit, man, I be thinking about the day after all the time, because that was the hardest shit. And then to see my baby in the casket, that was, when I finally seen him again, he was in the casket. Cold as a motherfucker. But it was him. He looked just like Big Papa. He looked just like him. I put his little Woody and Buzz in there. I put his bracelet on him. I put his necklace on him. Put his Luigi hat. I gave him his Sonic that he been had, the first plushie he got. Play his fucking Woody and Buzz song. And the little Spider-Man song he liked. All his motherfucking cousins saying how great he was. Baby went to school, became a 2nd grader. All that shit. Y'all seen how strong he was. When y'all seen him, when I started posting him on Instagram, that was because I was posting him, but it wasn't that serious. When I started posting him on around Christmas and his birthday and stuff, just because he had another seizure, and they was already counting him out. They was just saying, yeah, it's gonna be on hospice and we need to go on start that and stuff like that, because they thought he was done. And I'm like, no, he survived 2 more months. He survived 2 more months. They tried to count my baby out then, but he survived 2 more months. And I'm talking about, y'all seen it. Y'all seen how great he was. My baby was up walking, talking. He became in love with graham crackers, all that. I promise you. And I'm talking about, that shit is crazy. And then, like, to see, I remember my brother used to come to me every day and was like, when did for your Instagram shit going up? And I'm just like, nigga, what? I wasn't paying attention. And he was like, bro, you got like 40,000 some subscribers or followers. I was just like, what the fuck they talking about, dude? What the fuck they watch? I don't know. I'm just, bro, I swear to God, the shit that I do this shit every day. It was never for likes. It was never for nothing. I do this shit every day. And the only reason I'm posting is so I can have memories. So Journey can go back and just be like, that's my brother. Y'all motherfuckers, like, every day. And it was never for nothing. I'm 31, bro. I ain't no perfect father. I ain't never got showed how to be a daddy. And everybody that be talking around the world just be saying, I'm inspiring them. That shit didn't hit me, and I didn't see the effect that Cameron and me had, or me, Journey, Cameron, the fucking family. I didn't see the effect until afterwards, because it's just like, y'all getting all this shit from just this. Like, I ain't understand it, man. But I swear to God, I appreciate every person, every prayer, every gift y'all sent, Cameron, every donation, everything. I appreciate this shit from the bottom of my heart. I promise you, isn't, man. And I keep posting. I got so many memories. I got I got Cameron fucking first beat on the ultrasound in my phone, and I got 3 fucking phones from over his whole little life that I done had with all memories and shit up in them, bro. I've always been that person to record shit. I've always wanted memories and shit. Like I said, can't get no picture or video from me running around when I was a kid, and I knew that I wanted to do that shit with my baby. So I for sure made everlasting memories. I for sure recorded everything, even when the fuck I couldn't. I'm recording this shit, like everything, just so we can watch the family memory we was going up. I remember, man, But man, I appreciate everybody, man. Thank y'all for just letting me vent, bro. I love walking through this damn trail, feeling my son, just feeling all the good vibes. It feel good, and just being able to vent, man. I don't know. I hope get some out of the symptoms or something. I don't know. Thank y'all for just letting me vent at that. Like, just, man. And I know, like I said, Cameron would have been going to the 3rd grade next year. And I just pray, like, I just hope that none of his friends forgive him. I hope in the 12th grade, when everybody graduating and stuff, that, like, we just be able to do something. And Cameron's friends still be there and remember how great he was, man. Because I think that would have been my biggest accomplishment. Like, meeting the teenage Cam and just seeing, like, dude, you a good dude, boy. You a good dude, boy. Like, boy, yeah. Good grades, play sports, beautiful girlfriend, very smart, very handsome type shit. You're the best big brother, you're the best son. All that. It would have been the best. Like I said, I just hope none of nobody forget my baby. Cause I ain't gonna let no motherfucker around me forget him. I don't care what it is. You gotta get the fuck around me. You don't wanna hear about him. But yeah, man, thank y'all for letting me vent, man. No. Man, I think the hardest shit for Journey, because Journey be asking those questions sometimes, is she just be having them days where she'll be like, whenever Cameron come back or whenever he get back, what we gonna do, or can we go here, or can we go to the beach and stuff like that. And I just be having to explain to her, like Journey, this ain't no, can't redo it, mama. Like, I know, like we told Journey, because Cameron had pointy ass ears, we told her that he was gonna transition to be the head elf at the North Pole, because he loved Christmas so much. He watched Christmas movies all day. And that's what we was telling her. So around Christmas, we wrote letters, put them in the mailbox, sent it to the North Pole and stuff like that. I should have kept cameras, but I fucking mailed it. Well, I just dropped it in the post box, but he was just like, he want all the Toy Story toys and stuff like that. And he dropped it off in there or whatever. That made his day though. But Journey, like, we just told her that he was gonna become the head elf. And I remember him while he was here, I remember him telling him that too, because we were explaining to him, like, in ways, because Cameron understood everything. Towards the end of this, Cameron understood that he was gonna pass away. Cameron told Journey and his mama that he'll love them forever. And that shit fucked us up that day. But yeah, I know for a fact how much Cameron loved me though, but miss him. What the fuck was I saying? Man is quiet. I got YouTube. I don't even know what I was saying. But no. Yeah, we told Journey that he was gonna become a head elf, and I remember him telling him while he was alive to come fuck with her, like come mess with her, leave her some cold one day or one Christmas, and then be like, yeah, just to be on some Big Brother joke and shit. So we still be just trying to play that way with her. And so, you know, she's 6, man. She don't understand a lot. She miss her brother, but she know she watched everything. She watched everything. She was there with everything. She didn't miss her appointment. She understood everything. And all those doctors talked to her every time, because she wouldn't let a motherfucker come in the room without noticing her talking to her. But yeah, I just remember that morning, bro. I wouldn't have made Cameron take that medicine. I wouldn't have made him do none of that shit to make him uncomfortable that morning if I knew he was gonna pass. That shit be eating me up. I wish I wouldn't have gave him, because he had to take some laxative medicine that morning, because he hadn't doodled in a couple of days. And I remember giving him that little pills and shit. He took it because his water was still right there when he passed. And that shit be fucking me up. But then he took the Keppra that morning, and all of this was never, like, he never lost his strength to where he could not swallow and stuff like that. And that's why I just be like how strong he was. He took medicine by mouth until he passed. And it could have been way worse. It could have been way worse. So I thank God for that. It could have been way worse. My baby was able to look at his mama and say, because she walked in the room, because she was away for a minute, she walked in the room, my baby was just like, everybody seen him say, Mom. And she hugged him and shit. The dude was like, his heart had stopped. Like, it stopped. He didn't have a heartbeat no more. And I swear to God, he loved his mama. He loved his mama. He loved his daddy. Jerry was hugging him. Everybody was in the room. My sister, my mama, everybody was there. My baby was happy. He wasn't hurting. He was happy. He was able to walk again. He was able to run again. We went to go see Sonic 4. We went to go see Lion King. We went to go see Mario. We went to go see everything. Everything that I could think of that he wanted, I did every day. My mission was to just make him smile every day more than he smiled the day before. And when he had a bad day, the next day, that was my motherfucking mission to make it the best day. I remember boy going to pray every day. God, please let let tomorrow be way better than today. Please, God. And today was one of the best days of my life, but please let tomorrow be way better. Way better. I remember that's how I used to say that shit every day. Just so Cameron can have the strength to get up. Cameron can want to walk and get a graham cracker. Them graham crackers, literally, y'all know, them motherfuckers right there was his life. Those was helping him get up. Those were the bribes and stuff like that. Literally, y'all know. Yep. I still got the graham cracker he got a bite out of. I forever had that motherfucker. I wish I could just freeze it. I miss that dude so much, y'all. I don't leave you, my baby. Love you, Cam. I know you hear me, dude. I love you, dude. Tell everybody, hey, my baby. Have a good day, my baby. I'll talk to y'all later, YouTube, man. Thank y'all for letting me vent, man.